What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to be talking about with you guys. Today I actually wanted to talk about the recent reports that do suggest that the Dallas Mavericks are confident they will be acquiring Goran Dragic, and this is all being reported by Tim Cato off The Athletic. For those of you who haven't seen this as well, pretty much there's been like a big thing that is saying that Goran Dragic, he really does not want to play for the Toronto Raptors. I don't know what this stigma is with NBA players not wanting to play in Toronto. Like, we've heard multiple players talk smack about, the whole Toronto Raptors team. Well, not necessarily the team, but more of like living in Toronto. They don't like how they have to live into, a different country. We've heard Lou Williams, he said that he did not like it in Toronto at all. His exit out of Toronto, he only played like a couple games there, I'm pretty sure. But when it was like Goran Dragic, he gets traded there and he doesn't even want to play a game there or anything. Like, it's almost like, George Hill, he got traded to Oklahoma and he knew he was going to get traded eventually. Same with, like, Al Horford. They both went to Oklahoma and did their time there on a team that they knew was going to trade him anyway. And Goran Dragic doesn't want to do that for the Raptors, which I just think, it's kind of like these NBA players, they have, like, a bit of a leeway here. I'm not too sure if he's getting paid right now. Probably not, because he hasn't showed up to, like, training camp or anything like that. So I guess it is what it is, but he's been wanting to play for the Dallas Mavericks for a long time. The issue is he's on like a $17 million contract, which is pretty crazy. How he gets to the Dallas Mavericks, I'm really not too sure. I actually think a trade that would make a lot of sense would be for the Raptors to go out and get, maybe one or two of the Dallas Mavericks big men, because the Raptors really don't have any big men at all. They've got Chris Boucher and Cam Birch, but both of those guys are like 6'9" and just struggle to guard centers like Joel Embiid and whatnot. So it's kind of like a difficult process for them. But when we look at the Dallas Mavericks right now, who have Moses Brown, Boban, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Kristaps, and Dwight Powell, all at that center position pretty much, that is practically crazy. If I was the Toronto Raptors, I would be really asking to try and get like Moses Brown, who actually had a pretty solid season last year where he played 43 games, started 32 of them, averaged 9 points and 9 rebounds per game. Why not go and get him if you're the Toronto Raptors? Plus, you might be able to guard, the center position and do some rim protection here and there, much better than what maybe Boucher and that would be. So again, for the contracts to kind of match up here, I'm not too sure what would have to happen. I'm pretty sure like Dwight Powell might have to go in like a trade like this to maybe somewhat match the contracts up. That's not to say that Dallas, they should probably have some cap here and there. Like, this team doesn't look like it's used all its cap at all. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like $10 million of cap space just hanging out. I'm not exactly too sure. I believe they might. But if they can do like a trade, if I was the Toronto Raptors and I got offered Moses Brown and a second round pick for Goran Dragic, a player who doesn't even want to be there and doesn't want a minute, I'm 100% doing this, because not only does this benefit Dallas to get rid of another center, and they have, the 4 center rotation where I'm guessing a couple of them like Boban won't get too much minutes, but I guess Kristaps might play the power forward a bit more this season. I'm assuming, at least. You look at like the Toronto Raptors, who could now get in, a second round pick, which can be used in a trade, or you draft another young player. And they, of course, can get a young center like Moses Brown, who can actually finally give them some height. Like, you look at their team, and they've got Precious Achiuwa. I'm pretty sure they will play him a bit of power forward this season. Same with Chris Boucher and Cam Birch. They might play some power forward minutes here and there. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Raptors just said, alright, let's go out and, get a dude like Moses Brown, a dude that can guard the center position. Because that really does benefit the Toronto Raptors quite a bit. And I think this works well for the Dallas Mavericks as well, as they get another scorer in. And they get, of course, another dude that can, play make for the team as well, which is quite interesting. But yeah, it is going to be really hard to, I think, make a trade here unless the contracts don't match up. Will a buyout for Goran Dragic happen? Probably not, because this dude still has somewhat of value in the NBA, and the Toronto Raptors are going to take advantage of this. Really, technically, they don't have to trade him to the Dallas Mavericks at all. The issue is, though, whatever team trades for him probably won't end up trying to do it anyway, because they'll know that Goran Dragic might just sit out and not want to play for them, which is a big issue. And if Goran Dragic does that, I don't think that's a good thing to do. Like, I think he should just play for whatever team. Like, he's lucky to be in the NBA. He's lucky to be making $19 million a year, and he's trying to force his way to Dallas. I think if he got traded to a team that was contending, he should take that, or he should, you know, play minutes on the Toronto Raptors. I don't see the issue in playing for the Raptors. I seriously don't. I don't know why he won't do it at all, but hey, if it takes the Raptors to the deadline to trade him, they might do it that way. But again, considering the Dallas Mavericks, I don't think they will have used all their cap up at all, especially considering they've only got one max player, like Tim Hardaway on like $17 million, and the rest of their players are like on some cheap deals. Like Finney Smith's only on like $4 million or something like that. Luka Doncic, he's not even on his max contract yet. Like, they'll sign him to the max contract. I'm assuming after this season, you know, he'll get a big extension. If he hasn't signed already, I'm not too sure if he has signed. He actually might have, I'm not too sure, but again, whether or not he has or not doesn't really make a difference to what I'm saying, because he's fourth year. He still will be making like $8 million, $9 million or something like that, so it's not like he's making $30 million this season. So hey, it's going to be really interesting to see how this is all going to go. In my opinion, Goran Dragic should just play for the Raptors. I don't see why he'd actually be a good fit for them too, as he can play, you know, that six-man role again for them. On Dallas, I'm assuming he'd play the six-man role again, unless they want to start him with Luka, who maybe they do. I'm not exactly too sure. But yeah, I'm assuming somehow he's going to find his way there. But either way, it benefits the teams. If Dallas can get Goran Dragic, they get better, and getting rid of one of those centers that they don't even need. And then if, you know, the Toronto Raptors can acquire like taller center that can do some rim protection here and there, that's a positive for the Raptors. That also makes their team a lot better. So either way, this is a win-win trade in my opinion. I just think the cap space issues will be very significant. I don't know how they're going to work that out. Plus, I don't think the Raptors are going to just let Goran Dragic have a buyout, because I think he still has some worth in the NBA here and there. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA news and NBA content. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/loan channels down below. And don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already, which I will all be linking in the description down below. But as I was saying, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more NBA content, NBA news, and comment your thoughts and opinions down below. And of course, go and check out my new podcast channel. Subscribe to that, recently made that, all of them link in the description down below. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.